Good afternoon and welcome to the Recovering Perfectionist Mama Grace in Progress podcast. Happy to have you, whether you're a new viewer or you're a returning viewer. It's always nice to be able to share some insight on certain topics that I know that are in the women's lifestyle space, which is what I do on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. As well, what you can expect from me, you can expect honesty from me, you can expect compassion from me, and you can expect actionable tips to help you along the way. My ultimate goal is to have a village of women who are learning about themselves and about other situations in their life that concern them and leveling up and living their best life and modeling that for their children and showing them what's possible so that your children are like, oh, mom's living a great life. I want to live a life like that. And that ultimately being part of our legacy. So today we are going to dive into the topic, raising independent kids with age-appropriate life skills. Want your kids to grow up confident, capable, and independent? It's never too early or too late to teach life skills that match their age and abilities. Today, we're breaking down practical, age-appropriate strategies to raise children who can thrive on their own. Welcome, listeners. As you know, I'm Buffy. It is very important to teach our kids independence and life skills because when they're no longer under our roof, they're going to have to know these things, right? It's going to be important for their survival. It's going to be important for them to raise families of their own and not be overly dependent on their parents as grown-ups, which we all know that there are certain kids that are in that scenario, probably because their parents didn't want them to essentially be burdened with doing chores, likely. And it's really important to teach independence and life skills early. Also, we're going to cover actionable tips for every age group from toddlers to teens. So they're all included. So let's talk first about toddlers. They have basic self-care and responsibility. Their skills should be putting toys away, washing hands, and feeding themselves. So the tips for them are to make tasks fun with songs and games. Use visual cues like picture charts for routines. Offer choices to encourage decision making. For example, do you want the red cup or do you want the blue cup? We actually have a 2-year-old, so very well aware of this stage currently. Also, the strategy is to praise effort over perfection. Toddlers thrive on encouragement. And our youngest is such a little helper. Like, she's really good about stuff. She anticipates what people need. She's constantly helping carry my cup to me, which I don't ask her to do. She just does it on her own. Early childhood, ages 5 to 7. The focus should be on responsibility and social skills. Dressing themselves, packing their school bags, helping set the table, basic money concepts. The tips: create kid-friendly checklists for daily routines. Introduce simple chores with consistent rewards, stickers, or verbal praise. Role play real-life situations, grocery shopping, sharing toys. Strategy: make independence a team effort. Your guidance matters. Let's talk about middle childhood, ages 8 to 11. Focus should be on problem solving and personal accountability. Skills: preparing simple meals, managing homework, taking care of personal hygiene. Tips would include teach planning with simple calendars or to-do lists. Encourage self-reflection. What could you do differently next time? Which is a great question. We as adults sometimes have to answer that, don't we? Gradually reduce supervision as they demonstrate competence. Strategy: use real-world examples to show consequences and rewards. Let's talk about preteens and teens, so ages 12 to 18. Focus is going to be on independence, decision-making, and life management. Skills should be cooking full meals, managing allowance or part-time income, doing laundry, time management, and problem solving. Tips: let them make decisions, even mistakes, to learn responsibility. Discuss financial literacy in real-life scenarios, budgeting, saving. Encourage volunteering or community involvement for life perspective. Strategy: step back as a mentor rather than a manager. Offer guidance, not control. So to recap, it is important to give your child something that is age appropriate so that they don't get so overwhelmed and then they just want to give up. That's not the strategy. We want to have them have buy-in into what we're doing and want to help us keep the house clean, help us keep the household running safe and secure and running like an engine, right? Because ultimately, our family is a family of 7, which is a lot. And if no one is helping and it falls on my husband and I, it's going to get pretty rough. So also remember to don't start the whole enchilada, as they say, from the outset, from the gate. Gradually kind of get them eased into it, and pretty soon there will be buy-in, especially, if they're seeing the results of it. For instance, it's like if they're able to have friends over. I mean, that might be something that would actually encourage them, so that the house is clean, the house is tidy, there's room to run, there's room to do stuff that they need to do. Also, start small, be consistent, and celebrate progress, because each step is a step of progress. I would invite you all to share your experiences and challenges on social media with me, recovering_perfectionist_mama. I'd be really happy to hear kind of how things are going and maybe any ideas that you might have. Would love to hear from you all. Again, the invitation is open, always open. So let me know. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Instagram and TikTok, I do a lot of my social media. So interested in that, feel free. So I would ask you to, if you are enjoying our podcast, to subscribe, please. And we do actually more than weekly podcasts. We've been doing quite a few podcasts to batch up some for you all, and continue watching our very frequent actionable parenting strategies. I've been doing a lot of parenting, a lot of marriage, a lot of just women's lifestyle stuff in general. And share your child's small wins at #RaisingIndependentKids. We'd love to celebrate them with you. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.